Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Modern Warfare video. In tonight's video, we're going to be talking about the 1.19 patch update, and this is basically rolling out right around the time that you're probably seeing this video across all consoles. 1.19 is the patch update number, which comes with, of course, patch notes, but we also have the start of Season 3, which is pretty big because every time we have these big seasons, it comes with, of course, a lot of content that drops right away and a lot of content that will come slowly and surely throughout Season 3, you know, during the length of it up until Season 4. So a lot of stuff to talk about today. We'll start by talking a little bit about Season 3 and then go in depth on everything important that you need to know about these patch notes, whether you're a Warzone fan or a multiplayer fan or anything. We're going to cover all of it in today's video. If you guys could drop a like on this thing, that would be absolutely awesome. Smack that like button. If we could go for 8 likes, that would be absolutely incredible. That would be amazing. Also subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and not already subscribed, and let's go ahead and get right into it. So Season 3, of course, coming out. I'm sure a lot of people saw this roadmap that was put out as basically, I guess, an advertisement to hype up the season. This is all the stuff that's coming in Season 3, and with the roadmap, of course, keep in mind, a lot of this stuff isn't coming out today. Some of it will come out later, which we'll talk about right here in a second, but that is the roadmap graphic you can see up on the screen. What is available on launch week? We have a new operator, Alex, new multiplayer maps, a Talsic backlot, Hovek Sawmill, and Anaya Incursion, which basically what they say is you've experienced it in 10v10 and in Ground War. Now fight within a more enclosed version of the area based around the central palace in Anaya Incursion. Note the long sightlines looking out over the main courtyard and pool, along with the small crawl spaces within the place or the palace that can be used to flank your enemies. And be careful with kill streaks. The palace can make it tricky to aim them into this complex, so placement will be key getting those confirmed kills. This is something that a lot of people have been talking about for a while. You know, Anaya Palace, basically making it a more smaller map, or, you know, because with this one, I mean, at the start, there was even bigger problems where they didn't even have it in 10v10, only in the TDM mode, and, you know, and they didn't even have it in Ground War either because it was a little bit too big for one mode, too small for the other. So this is cool that they're doing Anaya Incursion now, just adding more ways to experience that map in multiplayer. New Warzone game mode quads, 2 new weapons also, which are basically in the Battle Pass tier 15 and 31 available for free, like they've done it in the past seasons. The Renetti handgun and the SKS Marksman. Renetti is a well-rounded semi-auto 9mm pistol with an alternative 3-round burst attachment. Unassuming yet deadly, this sidearm excels in close-range combat but can be kitted for a variety of situations. And the SKS Marksman rifle is a lightweight semi-auto carbine chambered in 7.62 times 39mm rounds. This hard-hitting and agile Soviet-style marksman rifle focuses on utility over accuracy, which has helped it stand the test of time. It flaunts a faster fire rate than other weapons in its class, but a carefully placed round will eliminate the need for follow-up shots entirely. So those are, of course, pretty easy if you play the game and just get them, or, you know, you don't have to purchase anything because they're part of the free section of the Battle Pass 15 and 31, and also new vehicle skins, they say, which I'm not really sure. I don't really see any details on that. And also later in Season 3, new operators. I guess we'll have to wait and see what those vehicle skins look like. I'm not sure. New operators. This is all the stuff that's coming later, not on the official launch today. 2 new operators, Ronin and Iskra. A new multiplayer map, Hard Hat, which, okay. I see you. Season 3, Hard Hat. I mean, sounds pretty cool. New gunfight map, Isle 9. New multiplayer modes, Gun Game Reloaded, Reinfected Ground War. New weapons, Classified and Gunsmith Customs, and new Warzone content, Scopes and Scatter Guns, and more to be announced. So, yeah, new weapons, Hard Hat, new gunfight map, new operators, new Warzone. I mean, what else could you really ask for? New modes. Sounds like this is going to be a pretty big season, and maybe more content than they've had in previous seasons. I'm not sure. You know, maybe it's getting bigger and better now, you could say, because the splash with Warzone. Now, you know, this update covers Warzone and also covers for the game as well, right? So that is basically all you want to know about Season 3 with the roadmap and the content that is coming. Now let's get into the patch notes that will affect, of course, the game Modern Warfare, which it covers the multiplayer and the paid version, as well as the Warzone free aspect of the game. So as far as the general fixes, I will go ahead and show screenshots of all this stuff up on the screen as I'm talking about it, because a lot of it is just bug fixes that I won't mention. You know, most of it I'm not going to mention, or or different things that, you know, affect very niche scenarios or scenarios that happen 1 out of a million times when you get stuck on a roof and it glitches you out under the map or different things like that. But as far as actual changes to the game, that's the stuff I want to focus on and cover. So lowered the max amount of XP and score given for decoy grenade assists is the first noticeable one that I will say right here that isn't just some sort of a bug fix. And that's what we have for the first section as far as general fixes, which most of them are general fixes as they're supposed to be, of course. Next is audio. Now this is where it gets interesting. Lowered the volume of the plane audio during infill, lowered the audio once you enter the gulag, reduced the volume of occluded far and distant weapons. Some footstep sounds while ADS and crouch were cut short on the distance. You could hear them depending on the surface type. Now this is very, very important stuff. We all know how with multiplayer, when this game came out, how many updates, I mean, it was just update after update after update. They kept tweaking and adjusting the audio levels and different things like that. And it looks like it's going to be similar stuff for Warzone because audio is a big aspect of that. You know, they can encourage people to rush or play more aggressive by making gunfire that sound like it's closer when it's farther away, or they can change that and make people play more passively. I'm talking about the whole player base as a whole, because this stuff does affect. I know one time, you know, when Warzone, the first night that it came out and I was playing it, it sounds like, you know, when you're the weapons that they're shooting, sometimes it sounds like they're a lot closer than they were. And then once you realize, okay, this map is really, really huge, then you start to get the hang of it. And it looks like some of these adjustments are coming for there, as well as, you know, plane audio, gulag, just that extra audio level stuff. Like, I love the audio to be clear and crisp. Give me the footsteps, give me the gunshots, give me all that stuff clear and crisp, but I don't need a loud plane in my ear. I don't need to, you know, if you're in the gulag and people are punching you, like, I don't need that stuff to be loud. I don't think they adjusted that here, but who knows? You know what I'm trying to say is basically, if it's for gameplay, I want the crispest, best, highest quality audio. If it's the plane in my ear, I don't need that thing to be loud at all. You know, I'm just trying to focus on where I'm going to drop or where I'm going to land. Next is weapons. A lot of the weapons are going to be fixes, I guess you could say. Next, we have some other things that are not fixes, more patch notes or more buffs and nerfs, I guess you could say. They tightened the pellet spread on the Slug 6R mags for the Model 680 shotgun. The akimbo weapons now start with 2 extra magazines of ammunition instead of 1. They tightened up the hip spread on the VLK Rogue shotgun. They decreased the ADS spread for shotgun slugs, so a lot of really interesting stuff here for shotgun players. They added description to slugs, noting that longer barrels and chokes improve ADS accuracy, and they also updated the names of some of the weapons to match logos, they say here. Next, we have a few different changes for Spec Ops, which I will show briefly on the screen here, as I also show some changes for more direct Warzone stuff. And as far as the weapon changes go, I'm going to assume that those are both for the multiplayer portion of this game as well as the Warzone portion of this game, because there is no further specifications that say otherwise. Next, with the Warzone, we now tell you how far away you are from teammates while in a match, which is pretty cool. A lot of exploit bug fixes, fix for a gas mask animation interrupting and blocking players from deploying their parachute, just a lot of different things that are a lot of just fixes that came in general. Same with the plunder. And then here's what's interesting down at the bottom with Battle Royale. They say, first of all, increased or fixed for players unable to self-revive in solos, and increased price of loadout drop within the buy station to 10,000. Now, the loadout drops are very, very popular because of the fact that, you know, especially a lot of people like to snipe in Warzone, and it's very effective, and having your class set up is very, very sought after by a lot of the top players. So increasing that buy to 10,000 now is just a rebalancing change, I guess you could say. And that's what we have as far as the general patch notes for this season. So far we've covered the content, the patch notes that are happening right now, the content that's happening right now, the content that's happening throughout the season, the patch notes that are happening right now. Here I'll put up on the screen right now, this is actually a little bit of an outline for the Battle Pass. Now the Battle Pass works very similar to how it is in you know, the other 2 seasons. Is if you want the weapons, they're free. You don't really have to worry about it. Just get up to level 31, which shouldn't be too hard. I mean, you have a lot of time to do it up until the next season. And then a lot of the stuff that's in the Battle Pass is just, you know, it's all basically just cosmetic stuff, unless you could, you know, unless, like, I guess you could get the variants for the weapons, and then you get all the attachments before leveling it up. That can give you a little bit of an advantage, but for the I mean, it's, in general, it's all just cosmetic. The blueprints don't do much. The camos, I mean, I'm honestly shocked that they don't do camos. Like, I wish there was camos in the Battle Pass. It's a first-person shooter game. I want to see cool camos, and I get that the blueprints come with the cool camos on them. But I just like, you know, remember back in like Black Ops 2, they dropped like the bacon camo, the weaponized 115. You could buy those for like a couple bucks and rock them on across all your guns. I thought that stuff was pretty cool. But then on the other aspect of it, like a game like Infinite Warfare, they went overboard and threw in like hundreds, it felt like at least hundreds of camos, so they could crowd the supply drops, so that you couldn't get the variants in that game, which were actually really much more important, the variants in IW and AW, than they were in World War II, or I guess variants are called blueprints, right, in this game here. But that's basically most of the stuff here. There's also one thing for PlayStation exclusive. There's a little bit of a PlayStation exclusive, which basically means that, of course, this update goes across all the consoles and all that stuff. And but there's actually this new little combat pack, and there's a new survival mode map, Shoot House, which is a PS4 exclusive content map. That's what they say. And then they also say that there's a combat pack available exclusively for PlayStation Plus subscribers starting April 8th. The content can be used in both Modern Warfare and Warzone. So it's exclusive to PlayStation Plus subscribers, free for all PlayStation Plus subscribers. Modern Warfare and free-to-play Warzone users can get this combat pack. The pack includes an epic operator skin for Wyatt, an epic sniper rifle blueprint, an epic handgun blueprint, an epic tactical knife, an epic weapon charm, an animated calling card, a spray, and a 60-minute double XP token. So that's, I mean, for free, you can't really complain, right? That's not bad. And lastly, PlayStation 4 members get an exclusive weapon mission to get a unique weapon blueprint to use in Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Warzone. So that's pretty interesting. Players can head to the barracks tab, and the rest of the instructions on how to redeem this or set up your missions and get your rewards here if you want this PS exclusive will be actually in the text here up on the screen. So just follow that. Hopefully once this update is out, and it should work, and you should be able to get your exclusive stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy this video and Season 3, Patch 1.19. Pretty much everything you need to know about it for day one. Drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new, and that's about it. I'm out. Peace.